Hello and welcome back everyone into this third video of the Essential series. In this video we're going to talk about C++ output. How do you get an output on C++ and what exactly an output means. Okay, so I'm going to talk about only and only output in this video. So let's get started. So before I actually move forward, let's see the contents of this entire video. We have print text. How do you print a text or an output in a video or in a program? We'll see an example code. What is an output and how do you get an output? We'll see how do you add a new line, because that is something very important, and we'll see an example for code for the same. So it's entirely 4 parts, and we're going to see all of them part by part. Let's get started with the first one. So when you say you want to get an output, you basically mean that you want to get a text printed on the screen so that a user can know what is happening in the program. Okay, be it an input. Let us suppose you're making a calculator. In that case, you want to write in the first value, or in case you're asking someone's name, in that case you want to make sure that you're asking the name of the person. So a question needs to be asked. In all these cases, since you have to ask a question, or since you have to ask someone a question, or an output is required, we need to use cout. Okay, so in order to get the output, we have a function in C++ which is known as cout. So cout is an object basically which altogether applies to print out or to display something on the screen. Now if I go by definition, what happens is the cout objects together with the greater than sign operator is used to output values / print text. Now this greater than sign, double greater than sign is an operator which allows a C++ function to know that this is basically an inbuilt C++ function. Okay, otherwise in case you write cout anywhere else, it would feel like it's just a simple text, or it's probably an error which is being generated. Now in order to tell C++ compiler that this is actually a function and you want to actually display out something, you use the operator double greater than signs. Okay, that's like very important. Now you can add as many cout objects as you want. However, note that it doesn't insert into a new line of the output. Now what does this mean? This means that no matter how many lines you want to print, you use cout or the output, but make sure if you are not adding a special character that we're going to talk about in the later part of the video, it will all be in a single line. Okay, so no matter what happens, no matter how many outputs you get, if you don't use that special character, everything will be in a single line. Okay, now let's look at a sample program, and we're going to program this as well, of a simple output thing. Now what we are doing is we are saying hello world. Okay, it's as simple as that, and this is from the previous program obviously, and the cout is I am learning C++. Very simple, very easy, and we're going to run this program and see how it actually looks. Okay, so let me just go to my VS Code, and in the VS Code I have this program. Now this program is like this. Now let me clear off my terminal. To clear off your terminal, you can use Control K, which is going to clean the entire terminal on your Windows, and for Mac you can use Command K as well. Anything that you feel like, or if in case you don't want to do anything, you can use this dustbin to clear off your terminal. Okay, so that's something that you can do. Now what happens is, let's run this code. Okay, when I run this code, what happens is, let's see, we have hello world, I am learning C++. Okay, now you see what happened is everything is in a single line. Okay, that's what I was talking about. If you don't use a special character, everything will be in a single line. Now it will be helpful for a lot of cases, but it might not be helpful for the other cases. So we're going to see how do we fix that. Let's go back over here into the presentation, and let's move a little forward and understand the concepts of new line. Okay, how do you add a new line and how do you move on to a new line, which is going to be pretty much very important. So to insert a new line, you have 2 ways. Okay, the first way is to use /n. Okay, now /n is basically going to add and break into a new line. So 2 characters which are required, / and n. Okay, so this is basically going to break into a new line. Now another way is to use end l. Okay, so end l, which simply if you convert that into a full form, it would be end of line. Okay, so that it knows that this is the end of line, and it will move on to the next part of the line. Now both of these are used for in programming to have next line. But in majority of the cases we use slash n, okay, because it is a preferred way of doing it, and it's easy to know that you have a new line as well. So slash n means new line. That's a little bit easier to understand. Let's see a program with this, that's going to help us out to understand and see how it all applies. Now I'm going to use the same program, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use both of them one by one. First of all, we'll start with end L. Okay, so in order to use end L, you have to import insert it like this. Now I'm going to go back to my program, and over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use end L over here. So end L. Okay, it's as simple as that. You just write end L. Let's see if we are all done. Yes, we are. Okay, now let me, before you actually run this program, you have to save the program. So use Command S or Control S on your Windows and run the program. Now let's see what happens is, after hello world you have a new line. Okay, now let's use it somewhere else as well. Okay, maybe if you feel like you want to use it more properly, or if you feel like you want to add a break over here as well, let's add a break over here. Okay, let's break the word hello world. Okay, let me just do it. Now this is something that it is going to require a little of patience, because you need to add endl. Okay, now what I did is, for every word I have an operator which is going to be like this. I'm going to save the program, run the program. So you see hello is in one line, world is in another, and I'm learning C+ is another line. Okay, and that's how you do it. Let me just undo everything, because we're going to try the other example, and we are back to our standard code. Okay, let's move on to the next part, or the other type of other method how you can do the same thing. Now for next line, what you can do is you can use slash n. Now the best thing about slash n is it can be used in the line, directly in the string as well. So you can just put slash n and save the program, and when you run the program, you should be able to see the output right away. Now why is this helpful? This is helpful because I don't have to add or insert more brackets. I can just simply add slash n, save the program, and run it over here. Okay, so you have another line wherever you want. It's very helpful, and it doesn't really require much of an effort. You don't have to put extra brackets and everything, and it's pretty much very convenient according to me. So that's something that you should be knowing about slash n. Now talking about both of these, you can use any of these depending on the program, or depending on if you want or which one you remember, because a lot of time both of these can be confusing. So the easiest way to remember this is that endl is used as a separate block, and slash n is used within the same line. So it's pretty important that you should know the difference and where to use it, and it's going to be helpful for you in your other programs as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Upcoming next, we have comments and in C++ and how to import their role. That is something that we're going to talk about. Also, for your help, there's a reference document which has this entire presentation in the in the description, and also you can download and run the code and practice if you want. I hope you had a great time learning, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, peace.